Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? My name's Andrew. I'm Grandpa.
I'm Megan.
I'm Joel.
I'm Kylie.
I'm Matt.
I'm Gavin.
I'm Lauren.
I'm Petey. I'm Daniel.
And we're some of the Veggie Boys. And we'd like to thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, please consider subscribing because we can grow a lot of stuff on the farm, but one thing we can't grow is this channel without your help. Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you're having a great day. I know that we are, but that's just because we're gonna be picking a lot of stuff. This morning so far, we got all the potatoes pulled out of our wagon. They look pretty good. The variety that we've been harvesting, Eva's, ooh, one of our favorites. We just spent a lot of time a few days ago getting this storage area all cleaned out, and we've slowly been filling it back up. Now, all of these bins of potatoes that we have stacked against the wall, they will be washed later on. We don't want to wash them right now. Potatoes store a lot better when they have not been washed. So as we need potatoes to bag up and sell in the farm market, we'll be running them through the washer and sorting them again. So what have we got accomplished this morning? Well, we got all those potatoes taken off the wagon, like I mentioned. We also have got all of the animals taken care of and the farm market set up. And since all those jobs are accomplished, it means we can start moving on to some other things. Before we got finished off with the other jobs, Dad made his way out into the garden to pick some red beets. He was able to find 4 beautiful baskets, but before we can sell them, we got to take them back to the farm and wash them. So altogether, Dad got 4 half bushel of red beets harvested. That's because we had 4 half bushel ordered. Now the interesting thing is, only 1 half bushel was ordered by a customer, the rest were ordered by Grammy. Grammy, for the most part, likes to use cylinder beets with whatever she's canning or preparing. But we had a little bit of issue with the seed earlier on in the year. From it being too dry, nothing wanted to come up. So we've had to supplement what Grammy needs with the regular red beet supply, which is no issue because we have plenty. Besides the cylinder beets, Grammy's favorite variety to use is called Detroit Red. It's a very popular red beet, and the reason why she likes it so much is because of the dark color that it has. It really shows up nice when you're cooking with it. It shows up nice when you're canning. And not only do we like the color, I mean, the red beets, they got good flavor. The next thing we're gonna be moving on to doing is getting our potatoes picked up. If you recall, last time we were working on it, the digger broke down again. But we all decided as a family that it would be a little more efficient to just pick the rest up by hand. Now, whether that's gonna be true or not is yet to be seen. However, the amount of time we spend fixing it and then making sure it's gonna work and breakdown time, it's just not worth it. Rather than some of us sitting by idle, we're all gonna be picking up the potatoes together. Now this skid steer loader, pretty fast. I'll be there in no time. Holy potatoes, there's a lot of spuds coming out of the ground. Oh yeah, that's a lot of potato. Now Daniel had already gone through and put 1 row onto that side, and he's bringing it back over to here. Main reason for that is we're just gonna try and get through as many rows as fast as we can. So rather than me standing around and looking at the machine, I'm gonna get down here with the boys and start picking them up. Not the best way to be harvesting potatoes, but under the circumstances, this is the way we're gonna be doing it, and it's honestly not too bad when everybody's working together. So it'll take a longer time, but we'll have to deal with less stress with all those breakdowns. Now, even though there is a lot here, you will see us leaving some behind. For the most part, it will be stuff like this that is grain. We will not be taking that. We have plenty of potatoes as it is. We don't need to be taking unripe potatoes. Another thing is there are certain potatoes that are really, really small. With the red potatoes, we usually do take them. We call them creamers. But with the white potatoes, we don't take near as much. Most of the time, we have so many potatoes and not too many people take the smaller ones. Now, we will have neighbors, when they see us picking potatoes, they will come out and take basically everything that we don't take. So not much of this goes to waste. If any of it goes to waste, we do get quite a few people coming and picking up. But for the most part, we use everything that we have here on the ground. Now, with the green potatoes, we don't want to be taking them. There's a few reasons why, but the biggest reason is that people could actually get sick from eating green potatoes. Now, granted, it would take a lot of green potatoes to do that, but still, we don't want to cause anybody to get sick. Another thing is why there is green on the potatoes is because there was so much here that the potatoes that were growing underneath pushed them up, and there was not enough soil coverage, and the sun turned them green. So we just want to make sure that everybody stays healthy, and the fact of the matter is we got plenty of potatoes here. We don't need to be fooling around with all this green stuff. Little bit of an update. We've been moving along pretty good. Daniel just got another 2 rows pulled out of the ground, so once we finish off this row, we can hop right over. Same deal with the row that we're harvesting over here. There's a lot of potatoes. Not just a lot of potatoes, but there's a lot of size to the potatoes, which I think is the thing we're most happy about. All things considered, picking them up off the ground is not that big of a deal. It's just another job that needs to be done. It just is a little more physically demanding, which we're used to as vegetable farmers. Everything is on your hands and knees picking, so we'll just deal with it. What do you think, Dad? How are the potatoes looking?
There's a lot. Beautiful.
We got our first row all picked up, so now we're moved on to the second. And yeah, it doesn't look like the potatoes are gonna slow down anytime soon. We've now got a little more help because Daniel is done windrowing. He is now picking up potatoes with us. And Gavin got finished with taking care of horses this morning, so we now have him here too. A big crew makes picking up the potatoes go a lot faster, so we're thankful everybody's here. Finished with picking up potatoes for the morning. It is now lunchtime, so we are on our way back to the farm. Hello.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
We're doing what's called a safe move.
This is a 6-person side-by-side.
Yeah.
Did you not know that?
Alrighty. It is now lunchtime on the farm. It looks like we are having sandwiches. Good deal. Now that we are all finished with lunch, we're getting a lot of bins and a lot of pallets put together. We still have plenty of potatoes to harvest today, but we're trying to break up the day. We also have plenty of cabbage to pick. We have a large order of cabbage that needs to be filled. Altogether, I'm not sure on the exact numbers. I was thinking 11 bins is what we need to pick today. This is when we're all happy that we were able to get all that cabbage planted earlier on in the year, and now it's time to start really harvesting those cole crops. We now have got plenty of bins and plenty of pallets on the truck, so we just need our crew and ready to go. Now this right here is a lot of bins, but that's okay because over here we have a lot of cabbage. We have the 130 hooked up to the windrower, so we were discussing about getting it unhooked and then hooking it back up. But Joel offered his tractor to help us with cabbage. So I mean, why not? We could always use an extra tractor. So there's gonna be a lot of cabbage harvesting today. And the way we're gonna do this is going through, cutting the cabbage and basically putting it in one row. That way we don't have to constantly cut and throw. We can have people whose whole job is to just load up. It should make the cabbage harvest go a little bit quicker. Something that makes harvesting cabbage a little easier now is that all the heads are basically ready. So we don't even need to worry about it. We just go down through and cut everything that we can find. I saw when I first got on it. Wow. So now you kind of have a concept of how this is gonna work. We're just gonna continue cutting down through these rows. The boys are gonna load up the cabbage. Joel's gonna take the bins back and forth. Pretty straightforward, and when we work all together, it goes a lot faster. Some of you may be curious what variety we're cutting right now. This is one of our favorites, Megaton. We plant a lot of Megaton because, well, cabbages look so nice. We raise a few different day varieties so that we can extend the cabbage harvest. But Megaton, I think it's like an 87 day. It's one of our favorites. Beautiful. Little bit of an update. They just filled up our 5th bin of cabbage. We're happy with the way all the cabbage has looked. We still have plenty in this row and we've got started on our next row. We're basically taking 4 rows and converting it into one just to make it a little easier on the guys picking up the cabbage. When everything's in a single line, you can work a little quicker and it's a lot easier to pick things up because you're not grabbing all over the place. We're just trying to think about everybody while we're doing this job. Now we've already gone down through and cut these 4 rows entirely, and now we're cutting 4 more rows of cabbage back. We've got a lot laying here on the ground. We're not sure yet if that's gonna fill out all the bins, but Dad and I are gonna take a little break for now because we don't wanna cut too much cabbage. We definitely don't wanna leave any layback here, and we just don't want too much because we have the order, and then we're also gonna cut some cabbage just for us. So we're just trying to make sure that we don't get too far ahead. The 4 rows that we're cutting right now, Dad and I have got cut up to right here. So that's a lot of cabbage land. Dad and I were just sitting here talking about harvesting this order last year. Do you remember what the weather was like?
It rained hard.
We were all in our rain jackets out here picking. It was like raining sideways. Oh, it was ugly. But I'll tell you what, Dad, it was a good memory, wasn't it?
I don't know if it was good or not. I remember it.
I remember it fondly. It was fun. I mean, it's cold, wet, rainy, but it was fun. And there we have it. The last bin of cabbage is now full for the day. I don't know about you guys, but that makes us feel pretty good to get all that cabbage picked. And for everybody that's gonna want sauerkraut and later cabbage, we still have plenty here. So the fact that we were able to take 12 bins out of the field today and not even cover more than half a field, well, that makes all of us happy. Now let's see here. We've got the 6 bins on here. Looking pretty good. Joel has got another bin on his tractor, and then this wagon has 5 bins. A lot of cabbage. How do you feel about getting all this cabbage picked?
I'm excited.
Man, and I haven't even seen a cabbage dance today. Now that we're all finished with the cabbage, we're moving right back into harvesting potatoes. We still have this half a row that we needed to pick up, and Daniel is working on one more row that we're gonna try and get accomplished today. All right, Gavin, let us know. How do you feel about picking up potatoes today?
It was feeling really good earlier, but I don't know why. Now it's not feeling as good.
Probably because we're tired. We were near the front of this row. Dad found a potato that, I'm not even joking, might be a foot long. It's one of the biggest potatoes I've ever seen. We're making good progress, but I do think everybody is starting to get tired. We're slowing down a little bit. We did have to pick the side up on our wagon, so none of the potatoes ran out. So that helps you to appreciate that we are definitely making progress. Hey Joel, you know what the one potato said to the other potato? What? Hey Spud. I don't know, sorry. We only have about 2 more rows of potatoes left to pick. That is a big deal for us. Today we are now finished. And let me just say, we have got a beautiful wagon full of potatoes. Gavin, how would you rate that wagon load of potatoes?
Potato out of 8.
That's not too bad for a day of picking. We got 12 bins of cabbage, an entire wagon full of potatoes. I'm pretty happy about that. So today was a big success when it came to everything that needed to be done. We didn't have any breakdowns, except Joel fell down one time, but that's okay. That's not really a breakdown. I think we can all agree that everything we picked just looked beautiful, and it makes all the work we put into raising the seeds, transplanting, putting out into the field, and now harvesting so much more worth it. Alrighty everyone, we are now home. We got the farm market all closed up, everything put away. Now for dinner tonight, we actually have a special treat. Megan and Joel came over, so we're having dinner together. Tonight is gonna be loaded potato soup, which is one of the girls' favorites. Alrighty, we have now got everybody at the dinner table, so that means this is where we're gonna end the video today. I'd like to thank everyone for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.